The Knicks and the Hawks gave us one of the wildest endings of the season.
McCollum drives from half court. Oh, he banks it in! He banks it in!
This is what happens when Jokic puts on a masterclass.
Jokic on the dribble drive, in the lane, lay it up and in! Jokic!
And Wemby gave the Spurs fans a little scare. But we gotta start in Denver, where Nikola Jokic was teaching a masterclass on intelligent basketball.
Pass underneath, Murray's wide open, and he puts it up and in. Klingin at 7'2", has got some length on him. And Jokic right around him and puts it up and in. And the Nuggets inbound to Jokic. Christian Braun rattles it home.
This is ridiculous. A no-look, cross-court bullet pass right on the money for Braun, who couldn't believe it either. The Joker got super busy in the first quarter, doing everything he can for his team on both ends of the court.
Jokic getting banged. Goes right around Avdija like taking candy from a baby. Now Jokic trying to fake out Williams, and he does.
Wow, for a guy his size, that's impeccable footwork. With all that being said, the Nuggets were still trailing by 4 points after 1. And the deficit just kept on growing in the second, cause the Blazers were simply blazing hot from deep.
But they're late on the three, and it's good again. Klingin. And Klingin knocks it in. Corner three, and Camara buries it.
Toumani Camara puts his team up by 14 with his 6th three of the night, and we're still in the first half. Get this, Portland hit 16 threes on 53% efficiency in just 24 minutes of action. That's absurd. So in the third quarter, their lead grew to a game high of 18 points, mostly thanks to this guy.
Avdija shut off. Camara lay it in for the best three-point shooting team in the league. Long range, that's good.
Toumani Dolla went berserk from long range, adding 2 more threes to a stat line of 28 points on 73% shooting till that point. That's deadly. And he kept the Blazers up by 16 in the final period as well, playing the best game of his career probably. So down by 14, Jokic got back to try and spoil his night.
And Jokic comes up with a bad pass. And Gordon wasn't looking. They have to have some Jokic magic coming on here. Jokic into the lane, turn up and under. Left-hand layup is good. Bounce past Jokic. Jokic stuffs it through.
Put him in the dunk contest. When Nikola gets this hyped and starts dunking, you better call a timeout. And coming out of it, Holiday picked up right where Camara left off, swishing a 3 to put them up by 13. The Blazers actually broke the franchise record last night with 25 threes. It's hard to play against that, but if anyone can do it lately, it's the Nuggets.
Screen by Murray. Camara is on Jokic now. Watch. And Jokic bullies right over Camara. Hand off Murray. Murray dribble drive. Lay it up and in. Jokic, Cam Johnson for 3, good!
Cam Johnson caps off a huge 15-4 run by Denver to make it a one-possession game, and the crowd is rocking. After a shaky start, Johnson has finally found his sweet spot on the roster. So after 4 made free throws on both sides, the Nuggets were ready to take over the lead.
Gordon for 3, got it! Aaron Gordon connects to tie it up.
Or do you stay with your defensive unit?
Jokic has Murray, over to Gordon. Gordon for 3, got it again! AG on fire!
Aaron Gordon drills back-to-back threes to send the fans into a delirium, but the refs call it a deuce. Nonetheless, he gave them the first lead since the start of the game. It's on now. They still need a stop for the comeback to be official though.
Avdija going right, and he lays it in easily.
Deni Avdija puts Christian Braun in the basket to tie the game with 20 seconds left. That means the last possession goes to the Nuggets. So who's it gonna be, Jokic or Murray?
Into Jokic. Jokic hand off to Murray. Murray back to Jokic. Jokic puts it up. Tip it up, no good, and we're going to overtime.
They did everything right, but Nikola missed 2 chances to win the game, so we're playing 5 more minutes. Heck, their last game was an overtime thriller against Wemby and the Spurs, and they showed great poise in the clutch, so here we go again.
Guarded by Holiday. Feed it to Gordon. Gordon for three again! Jokic over to Gordon. For three, no. Over to Murray. Murray! Yes, sir! For every team. Now Murray's got it. Murray in the lane. Murray dunks it!
With Jokic behind the controller, it was Gordon and Murray who did the scoring to give Denver a 7-point lead with 2 minutes to go in OT. But after Deni tied the game with his 24th point of the night on the other end, Nikola had no choice but to finish the job himself.
Murray with 4 to shoot. Over to Jokic. Jokic on the dribble drive. In the lane. Lay it up and in! Jokic!
The Joker blows past Williams for the layup dagger, circling another masterpiece with 35 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists, 5 steals, and 2 blocks. He became the sole player in NBA history with this kind of a stat line, leading his team to their 9th win in a row and knocking the Lakers out of the 3rd seed in the West. And in the East, that place belongs to my Knicks, who went down to the wire against the Hawks last night. But before we dive deep in the clutch, I gotta show you Jalen Johnson erupting to the rim for a monster dunk.
Jalen Johnson inside! What a slam from Jalen Johnson!
Whoa, Johnson detonates the slam over Cat and OG. So Mike Brown had to insert Mitchell Robinson to strengthen up their defense a little bit. And that move paid off big time.
By Johnson, pumped away, Robinson dives on it, picked up by Bridges. Back to Brunson, back to Bridges, banks it home. It's a 1-point game. Individual matchups out there. Cugwell blocked by Robinson. Anunoby takes it away, goes up and throws it down. Mitchell Robinson with another spectacular defensive play.
Mitch Robinson sparked a real momentum shift with 2 crucial timely plays that gave New York a 4-point lead at the start of the final period. However, Jalen Johnson and Nickeil Alexander-Walker had an answer.
Kuminga spinning, back up top. Jalen Johnson tries a 3, and that's good. 1 of 6 from 3.
The Hawks have 12 threes, and now they get 13.
Alexander Walker now with 28 points. Alexander Walker, another shot, it's good! He does it again! Timeout Knicks!
Walker splashes down his 6th 3 of the night to put the Hawks up by 5, forcing a timeout by the Knicks. He scored 11 of his 36 points in the 4th, playing ever so smoothly. He's gotta be the most improved player of the year. But on the other side, New York has the most clutch player of them all.
With a 5-point lead. Brunson goes inside, layup's good, and it's back to 3, whistle and a foul.
Jalen Brunson converts the end one to cut the deficit to 2 points. And they play solid defense on the other end, almost forcing a turnover by Jalen Johnson. Damn, there's too many Jalens in the NBA. Jokes aside, the Hawks kept the possession, and on the inbounds, Nickeil Alexander-Walker came up with another banger.
Hawks have a 13-game home winning streak on the line. Alexander Walker, got it!
Jeez, Nickeil's still wildin', but Captain Brunson is just getting his groove on.
Under 3 to play, Towns to Brunson. Brunson, the footwork, the layup, it's good! Jalen Brunson, big buckets again!
Then check out this amazing defense by Josh Hart on the hottest player on the court. He absolutely suffocated Walker on this play, not giving him an inch of space to take a good shot. This allowed Brunson to carry on with his artwork.
Under 2.5 to play, Brunson wide open. Bang! Jalen Brunson ties the game with 2:18 remaining.
After shooting just 6 of 19 until late in the 4th, Brunson exploded, scoring 10 straight points to take over the lead for the Knicks. He's incredible. And with all the attention on Walker, CJ McCollum gets a wide open space to operate and ties the game with the floater. It's getting hot in here. So after 2 very hard battle but empty possessions on both sides, we get to Brunson dancing up top with CJ.
Brunson nearly lost it, gets it back, drives, pulls up, puts it up, puts it in! Brunson brilliance here at crunch time!
Death, taxes, and Captain Crunch Time delivering when it matters the most. So with everybody on their feet, let's see who can step up for the Hawks.
Johnson on the drive, goes inside, bang shot, missed it. Towns the rebound into Brunson. They got a foul, throws it ahead to Bridges. Bridges Anunoby, and he's fouled.
Another rock-solid defense by Josh Hart, which ends up with Anunoby getting fouled on the fast break. Up by only 2, OG knocks down the first, but we need both of them, OG. Let's go.
Perhaps the hottest team in the NBA right now.
Jokic at the line. Timeout, Hawks.
That's right, we have cold-blooded killers on our team. Let's go. Now, with 5 seconds left, just don't do anything stupid.
Is not to commit fouls and also not to give up a three.
Don't let him score quickly.
Alexander Walker looking, gets it inside. A Kongwu kicks it out. McCollum wide open for three, and he hits it. Knocks it down with 1.5 remaining. Knicks will call timeout.
As if I said, leave CJ McCollum so wide open that he can feel like he's at practice. Regardless, with 1.5 on the clock, they just need to inbound safely. And they get it to Brunson, who's an 84% free throw shooter. He calmly knocks down the first, and after some back and forth communication with the bench, Jalen decides to hit the second as well, rounding up a phenomenal 30-point game. This is the end, right? Wrong.
McCollum drives from half court. Oh, he banks it in! He banks it in! No, they wave it off! They wave it off! He didn't get it off in time! They're going to look at it! The officials were looking at each other, and then they wave it off!
What? Are you kidding me? CJ flings up a miraculous heave from way beyond half court and banks in the shot to send the game into overtime. Or so they hope that's the case, cause after the review we see that the ball is still in McCollum's hands with zeros on the clock. Man, just a millisecond saved the Knicks from extending the thriller. Unbelievable. I damn near lost my mind on this sequence, and I'm wishing the Cavs a lot of luck against Atlanta in the first round cause these Hawks are a problem. And speaking of Cleveland, they played a meaningless game against the Grizzlies last night without Mitchell, Harden, or Strus. But Dennis Schroeder and Evan Mobley were just enough to handle the business against the third unit of Memphis. However, in a wild chain of events, Cam Spencer and Cedric Coward, along with a bunch of never-heard-ofs on the Grizzlies, casually broke the franchise record for most threes in a single game.
There's another game where Omac here on the step back three.
Bango!
Wow.
Ball, a walk-up three. There's the record. Ball, good.
29 made threes. I'm gonna repeat, Memphis nailed 29 three-pointers on 49% efficiency, tying the Celtics and the Bucks for the all-time NBA record. And the last couple of possessions turned into a circus, with them intentionally fouling in an already decided game just to stop the clock so they could jack up some more threes on the other end. But it wasn't meant to be, as they missed their last 4 attempts, stopping at 29. And except for the Nuggets maybe, there isn't a team that can stop the Spurs really.
Back inside, Wembanyama spins and dunks it, and a foul! What a quick move from Victor. The first 9 combined shots, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, Victor sprinting. Throw it up for the big fella! One-hand jam!
Wemby was on his way to having a great performance with 17 points and 3 blocks in just 15 minutes of action. But after taking a couple of hits to his body during the game, he was subbed out before halftime and didn't return. Apparently, he has a minor rib injury, so hopefully it's nothing serious. Anyway, the Spurs have plenty of options beside them.
Any national anthem too. I don't like it as much as ours.
Wow.
But I do like it.
Castle! You like that, don't you?
Slaps.
That's number 8. Castle carries it and goes all the way. Embiid got stripped by Castle. He's trying to beat Embiid down the floor. Castle leans in and got it.
Stephon Castle was the man in this one, posting a big triple-double of 19 points, 10 boards, and 13 assists, guiding his team to the 60th win of the season. It's fair to say that they exceeded all preseason expectations so far. And speaking of that, just yesterday we had 2 spectacular matchups that also exceeded our expectations. Steph vs KD as well as LeBron vs Cooper was pure cinema, and I broke down everything in this video right here. So check it out and talk to you in the next one. Peace out.